Hello, everybody. So, my name is Shannon Toot, and I am a consistent, influential, emotionally intelligent communicator. I've been stepping into that role, and this abundance challenge has really helped me to do that. Needing to be consistent in delivering every day on the challenges and doing the meditations. So I'm gonna just cheat for a moment and look at what exactly it is I'm supposed to describe because I don't remember. Let's see. So, feelings, observations, what changed in and outside you. Ah, I have to say that it was really good for me to do the abundance challenge because it helped me to think about things in a different way than I have been before. Actually, the day probably that was the most difficult was the day when you have to talk to your mother because my mother usually doesn't like to talk about anything, especially not something that is like what's challenging for her. But she actually called me back, so I finished it that day because I'd contacted her, but she was busy, so she actually called back the next day and actually answered the questions. So that for me was actually pretty huge because I'm not even sure what made the difference, why she wanted to actually answer the questions, but that was a good thing, and I would have never tried that were it not for this challenge. So, just to let you know what I do, it says describe what you do in life. So, right now I am working on so many different projects, and they're all pretty exciting to me. So, you notice my smile just got bigger. Right now I'm in San Diego, so I'm locally helping people in their social media marketing for their businesses, helping small businesses to just get through those rough times. You all know those statistics that 95% of the small business owners, they'll actually have to close their business within the first 5 years. So just giving people tools that they really can use to help their businesses to last longer. That's one of them. Another thing I'm doing is I'm actually getting into the space of creating summits. So I'm going to be launching my first summit soon, and it's really tiny. It's in a really tiny group, but I really just want to do that for the experience of putting together a summit, and I have just ideas I think is going to help people because like I said, I'm stepping into the role of a person with greater consistency, but before I would say that that's something I have had difficulty with up until now because, especially dealing with courses, you start them and you really want to go through the rest of it, but then you get life in the middle because you can't get through it all. So going through all of that with these summits, I think is going to help people to see, hey, what's the difference between this person who finished or who applied things, who got success in this area when I wasn't. So I have about 3 or 4 ideas for different summits, but the first one is going to be launching probably next month before mid-November, around the mid-November. And then I'm also working on releasing a podcast. I had done some interviews with some women in science, some women who are underrepresented but have amazing stories. I did those interviews. I'm working through editing the audio. So editing those so that I can put those on a podcast server and then have that launched at the end of this month. And then the biggest thing that's going to be taking a little while longer, so you won't see that anytime soon, but that's the most exciting for me and the dearest and closest to my heart is actually a project I'm working on to help students. Now, I haven't really worked on, I wanted to do medical students. As somebody said, maybe I could do grad students, just helping students to think alternatively in terms of ways that they can get out of debt so that they can do it faster and then have more freedom in their lives. So those are the projects I'm working on, and it was really great to be in the community with you all, even though I don't know you. And it seems like I was the only one that did a movie or a video recording, but that's okay. So feel free to just stay in contact for the next challenge, the next step of growth that we're going through together. Super excited, and all of you have a wonderful day. May love and light be in your life today and always. Much blessings.